want to introduce Dr. Duygu Ertan, and she is the chairwoman of Turkish Green Building Council, and she's going to share some of her activities of the Turkish Green Building Council. So Dr. Ertan.
Good afternoon, everyone. It has been a long day, thanks to our supporters. I'll be really fast so we can wrap up the day. Turkish Green Building Council was established in 2007 as a non-profit organization in Turkey by 23 founding members. We became an emerging council of WGBC on September 28 of 2009. We're intending to become a full member council of WGBC soon. We may act as a sound governance board that oversees certification development in Turkey. That's our goal. Our current membership has 65 companies, 7 individual members, and 9 what we call social active members, mostly students and individual consultants. We have 13 members, board members. Our president is an investor and a leading environmental leader in Turkey. Our board is made up of private sector firms, multinationals like Redevco and Ecofis, Turkish firms, and also an NGO related to materials, because we're working closely with other NGOs related to eco issues. We have certification committees, material committee, academic membership, government relations, and communications committee. Our most active committee is the certification committee, as you can imagine, because most discussions are around the current certification systems. BREEAM, LEED, CASB, SB2, the GMB are all considered within our certification committee. We recently signed an MOU with BREE Global to adopt BREEAM to Turkey, but we're also trying to set similar negotiations with other certification systems, because we also have peer pressure from companies to come up with a Turkish certification system. So we're going to work for a while to learn about all the systems and to decide what to do. We have a very active council. We have green building seminars. In 2009 only, we trained 200 people. We have global speakers along with local speakers, like from BREE Global, from USGBC, World GBC, DGMB, and IISBE. We continuously give trainings. This year only, we trained 200 professionals. We also gave BREEAM trainings and LEED trainings. There's a conference coming, which is made up of independently from Turkish Green Building Council, but we are one of the sponsors, so we will have 3 days of BREEAM trainings and LEED trainings during this conference. It's going to take place on September 30th to October 3rd, and I think it will be a great opportunity for your countries to send people to the conference if they want to be trained with LEED and BREEAM. The market is new, and capacity building is a priority for our council. We're also looking to create partnerships with other NGOs, academia, government, and private sector for increasing the number of green building experts, funding, allocation to sustainability. If you're looking for partners to apply for funds, we are willing to do that. Our government policy is also heading towards green buildings. Government is promoting usage of natural gas, reduction of CHGs. Minister of Construction and Settlements' 5-year strategy defined an ENVER policy, which stands for Energy Efficiency Policy. And Ministry of Construction and Settlement Urbanization Committee is planning a strategy document which also includes eco-cities and eco-communities. Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources have an isolation policy in place. People still don't talk about green buildings, but there's a lot of talk on energy efficiency. Electrical Power Resources Survey and Development Administration is founded on June 24, 1935, and this organization is very active related to energy efficiency. They are the ones who are the creators of energy performance certification in Turkey. So in 10 years, all old Turkish buildings need to have this certification. It's a law that passed on 2007. Mandatory labeling and certification program has been accepted in 2000 December, and the energy law was adopted in 2007. We also have a law on utilization of renewable energy resources, geothermal law, electrical equipment labeling, and construction materials labeling. These laws all affect green buildings. Currently, there are some projects government and private sector invested, like pilot projects, like energy efficiency training center by government. They are all going to be built according to certain standards, and one municipality is building a green building with aiming to get a LEED certification. Currently, in Turkey, there are 10 LEED projects registered, 10 BREEAM projects registered. So in the market, they're going 50-50. 2 BREEAM shopping centers received BREEAM Very Good certification, 1 LEED Gold, it's new construction, and 2 LEED Silver. Redevco, the Dutch company, built the Erzurum shopping center, which is at the eastern part of Turkey, received the BREEAM Very Good certification. The same company in Ankara built a shopping center which received the BREEAM Very Good certification. Unilever company redid its offices and received the LEED Silver certification. Siemens also built a new factory, an office building. It received the LEED Gold certification, the first LEED certified building in the country. Philips company also renovated their offices and received the LEED Silver certification. But there are many hurdles to overcome in our country, like yours. Lack of eco-materials, lack of know-how on eco-materials, LEED brand, DGNB, Turkish system jungle. You know, there are a lot of pressure from different groups, even at the board level. Lack of green building experts. You know, people who receive their LEED AP accreditation or BREEAM, if they become BREEAM assessor, they are considered to be green experts, which is not true. We really need people with more deeper knowledge about green. And also competition with other NGOs, even with government when it comes to funding, more than, you know, collaboration. When we look at the government, there are no incentives for the property owner, businesses, and financial institutions. Lack of appropriate instruments like tax rebates. Lack of appropriate policies, legislations, and laws related to directly green buildings. Weak monitoring mechanisms, lack of institutions that oversee the market and coordinate transactions among different actors, lack of investment and financial support from the government, and no green building legislation has been adopted yet. But it's not a totally pessimist picture here, because there's a lot of movement going on. We have lack of green skilled workforce, no proper training institutes and guidelines, absence of certification mechanisms which distinguishes skilled from non-skilled workers, lack of experts on LCA, life cycle analysis, and life cycle cost analysis methods and energy modeling, and lack of commissioning agents, because especially with LEED and BREEAM, we started hearing these new terms, commissioning agent, energy modeling, and we definitely need more professionals in Turkey who understand these issues. When it comes to firms, information asymmetry regarding green practices, codes and standards, and green guidelines were lacking. Lack of incentives, as I told you before, and conservative nature of construction industry. Voluntary adoption of new technologies is still low. When we look at owners, they have, because of the lack of incentives, their priority, it's not at the top of their list, energy efficiency. High upfront costs and lack of access to capital, and also short planning horizons but long payback periods turn them off. When we look at risk aversion, uncertainty about green property value, it's a question mark. You know, does it worth the investment? When we look at the banks, even the international banks, because of the high perceived risks and credit risks attached to the client, they're not so willingly giving green loans. Also, issues like performance contracting methods, the new methods which the building owners don't do anything related to upfront costs. These are not still popular in our countries because these are coming from North America, and banks, building owners, and ESCOs, energy service companies, are still shy using these new methods like energy performance contracting method. When we talk about single-family homes and the do-it-yourself market, there's nothing at all, but the demand is huge. We get a lot of calls every day about communities or high-end residences, villas, trying to get green certification. And as you know, both LEED and BREEAM internationally is still not there yet related to green communities. And Code for Sustainable Homes, we don't have that in Turkey yet, which England is famous for. When we look at the CO2 emissions, it's increasing in Turkey. So that makes our Green Building Council a center of attention, a center of attraction actually for construction community. Green tsunami is definitely hit Turkey, and we think we're doing a great job pulling people together and educating people, and you're going to hear a lot of certified buildings in Turkey in few years. Thank you.